Welcome to Easy to Learn. In this video tutorial, let's discuss about the conditional statement else if ladder in C programming. In our earlier video, we have already discussed about the introduction part of conditional statements and various types of conditional statements like simple if else, nested if, and else if ladder. So, in this video tutorial, we are going to discuss in brief about else if ladder. What is an else if ladder statement is? When a series of conditions are involved, we can use more than one if-else statement in a nested form. This form is also known as if-else statements. The slide shows the syntax of else-if ladder. It starts with an if condition. If the condition is true, then executes the statements. If condition is false, then we have an else if condition. If that else if condition is also true, then the statements within the block is executed. If that else if condition becomes false, then the final else statements will be executed. This shows the flowchart for else if ladder. So at the entry point, it actually tests the condition, whether it is true or false. If it is true, directly it executes the true block statements. If it is false, the next text condition is executed. If that test condition is true, then the true block statements are executed. If that becomes false, then the final else test condition is checked. If it is true, then the true block statements are executed. Else, the false statement gets executed. This keeps going on. Here shows an example program to check whether a given number is positive or not using the else if ladder. So initially the program starts with #include stdio.h, the header file. Then the main function using a void main is started. Within the loop, we have declared n equal to 5 as an integer type. Then comes your statements for condition. If n greater than 0 is the first conditional statement. If it is true, then using the printf statement, it prints positive. If that is false, then comes the else if condition, which checks whether n is less than 0. If it is true, then it prints the negative value. If that else if becomes false, then comes your final else, which prints the value is 0. Let's go and execute a sample program in the runtime environment using our Easy to Learn. The screen which is shown here is the Easy to Learn editor, where using this Easy to Learn editor, you can execute C programs, C++ programs, and Java programs, where it also provides you all the basic programs and subtopic programs, where for every single program statement, you have n number of example programs. Whereas now, let's go and discuss about the conditional statement else if ladder. So the screen shows the program to print the grade of a student using else-if ladder conditional statements in C programming. As usual, the program starts with an header #include stdio.h and the main function starts with the int. Then the declaration part for marks is being declared as int type 65. So now the program is going to check the grade of the student who has marks 65. Whereas the conditional statement using else if ladder, it has been declared to check the condition like this. If marks is greater than or equal to 75, then the printf statement containing passed with distinction would have been printed. Whereas since marks is not greater than or equal to 75, it skips this if condition and moves to the else if part to check whether the mark is greater than or equal to 60. So the given marks is 65, which is obviously greater than or equal to 60. So the printf statement prints passed with first class. Let's execute and see. So here basically the printf statement helps to print since the conditional statement else if is true as passed with first class. Say suppose we are changing the marks to 40. So basically it checks if the if statement as well as the first if else condition is false, then it directly moves on to the third else if statement. It checks whether the marks given is greater than or equal to 50. Here it becomes false. Then moves on to the next conditional statement else if, which checks whether the mark is greater than or equal to 35. Obviously the mark is greater than 35. So it basically enters into the loop and prints the printf statement with passed with third class. If even this condition becomes false for a value which is below the 35, then it obviously prints failed statement in the output. So let's execute it for marks equal to 40. So it prints the output as passed with third class, which this particular else if statement, that is the condition, marks greater than or equal to 35 becomes true, and obviously it enters into the loop and prints the printf statement. This ends the execution part for else if ladder program.